So as Mark said, I'm not Henry Jeffrey, but I'm here on behalf of the research group that he leads. So the research that I work in is Policy and Innovation Group. And there's a number of us in that group who are working on different technology innovation projects, different strategy, road mapping, different policy projects. And it's all primarily within wave and tidal, and we are doing some work now on offshore wind as well. In the past we've done some work on OTEC, but as I say, it's mainly wave and tidal that we're focusing on at the moment. So I've put these pictures along the bottom. This is just a few of the members of our group who would agree to have their photograph taken. And the reason that they are there is because each different person in our group is working on a number of different projects. We already have one CDT student working with us, Owen, who you perhaps already know. And so the reason that this is here is because everybody within the group really interacts with each other. So any student who comes to work with us actually not only works on their own work, they get to know about the different research projects that we're all working on. They're able to have involvement through attending meetings, meeting different industry stakeholders, meeting different academic partners from across Europe or across the world in some cases. So there's real benefit to working in a group like ours because you get a lot of exposure to lots of different groups, different people and different research that's taking place in offshore renewable energy. So the actual work that we're doing is quite varied. As I say, we're actually split within two groups, and I think you've met my colleague before, Adrian De Andres, and he leads the work on the technology, and I lead the work on the policy and the strategy. And so the work that Adrian and our other colleagues are doing is looking at techno-economic analysis of wave and tidal devices. They're also doing LCOE, levelized cost of energy modelling, and looking at working on different de-risking projects. And all of the projects that we're working on are very international, so they're quite often funded by the European Commission or different other organisations across the UK and Europe. The work that I'm working on and my colleagues within my group, we've worked on a number of different projects in the past. On road mapping in different countries. Adrian and I have just recently completed some work on road mapping for wave and tidal energy in Panama. The group has also done this in Canada and Chile, and we're working with other different international governments to go forward with that there. We've also recently completed some work on technology transfer. So it's a large international project with partners all across the world where we carried out an assessment of other industries. We made contact with other mature sectors to see where there was potential for transfer from sectors such as mining, aerospace, offshore wind, other renewable energies, lots of different sectors to see where there's potential learning opportunities for the wave and tidal sectors. One of the big projects that we are actually leading from within the University of Edinburgh is the DT Ocean project, where we and 18 international partners are working on developing a design tool for wave and tidal arrays, for ocean energy arrays, so that any future developers, when they're hoping to deploy an array, they can use the DT Ocean tool to make an assessment of the electrical subsystem, of the moorings and foundations, of control, of the logistics that are needed to be able to do that. So it will be a really effective planning tool for them, and it will be an open source. So that's work that we are hoping to complete later on this year. So I realise I haven't gone into too much depth about all of our projects because there are quite a number of projects that as a group we're working on. But I hope that that's given you a bit of an overview, and I'm not sure if you do have access to these presentations later, but at the bottom here in small writing is my email address and also Adrian and Henry's, so feel free to contact any of us for more information afterwards. Thank you.
Brilliant.
This production is brought to you by the University of Edinburgh.